ship across the ocean blue, a bloodthirsty captain and a cutthroat crew.
It's as dark a tale as was ever told of the lust for treasure and the love of gold.
Shiver my timbers, shiver my sides, yo-ho-he-ho. There are hungers as strong as the wind and tides, yo-ho-he-ho.
And those buccaneers drown their sins in rum. The devil himself would have to call them scum.
Every man on board would have killed his mate for a bag of guineas or a piece of bait.
A piece of it.
A piece of it. 9, 6, and 8.
Hula waka, something not right. Many wicked, icky things gonna happen tonight. Hula waka, sailor man beware.
Bringing money in the ground, there's murder in the air.
Murder in the air.
One more time now.
Shiver my timbers, shiver my bones, yo-ho-he-ho. There are secrets that secret old Davy Jones, yo-ho-he-ho.
When a mainsail set and the anchors weigh, there's no turning back from any course that's laid.
And when free and liberty sail the sea, you can get your boots to the treasury. Shiver my timbers, shiver my sails, dead men tell no tales.
Hello, how are we all?
Hello.
Hey. Let me figure this out quickly. There, brilliant. Thank you for that. Here, we'll just reshape this. There we go, that's all of you. Pop you there. We'll get me off the screen. Actually, you know what I'll do? Move you guys over there. I'll trim off the right side. Nope, no good. There we go. And then I'll move me over here somewhere. I'll make this a bit bigger. That leaves me plenty of room for bolt gun. All right. So, dearly beloved, we be gathered here today because I'm actually not entirely sure why. Will and Smith were mad about me uploading Lev's video. Take it away.
Who wants to go? Okay, someone fucking talk. All right, Will. You
I think
go.
it's time for
You've
intros.
You've got a lot to say. I'm still fixing my stream. I don't know if you guys are doing that, but
I need I need approximately like 15 more seconds, but then I can start us off. That's fine.
Go for it.
Nice. Very professional
Alright.
stream tonight. After a
okay, I can
great
start.
start.
I can start while I'm doing this. Okay, so Will, no, not Will. President Sunday. Wait. Let me fucking rewind.
Okay. You do that.
Made a video. Lav made a video. It's their first video. Everybody fucking hates her. All right. But this video is not hateful. This is like a step forward. This is a big deal, in my opinion. And President Sunday downloaded it and re-uploaded it to Rumble. And he directed his community.
Wait. And Internet Archive.
Okay. And directed his community to that version of it so that she would not get any views, so that he could cover her video without helping her career in any way.
You're welcome.
And I think that's blatantly illegal in piracy. And it's piracy with the intention, with the sole purpose of internet bullying. And I just think that that's an insane precedent to set as a content creator. If you want this to be like, it's like going to the office and taking a big shit in the middle of the room for everybody to smell. It's just like a disgusting precedent and a disgusting behavior to say as acceptable for this business that you want to be part of. So I don't think anybody should accept that as like everybody should be disavowing you entirely.
Or perhaps a disgusting president. Missed opportunity there.
Yeah.
I would also like to take a minute to be critical of Sunday here. Sunday,
Damn it.
I know you uploaded this one video, but I'm not sure you really did enough. You should have uploaded her entire back catalog to Rumble. Really.
She only has one video. She privated everything else.
Well, you could take all the streams she's been on. You could put them up there as well. I mean, like, it feels like you've really half-assed this, and it's just very disappointing. I got to be honest.
Okay,
I expected more of you.
That's actually fair. That's fair. I will take that under advisement. Thank you for that.
Okay, so this is the 2v2. So it's those two versus Smith and Will, just as an FYI. I'm like the neutral party, it seems like.
Yeah, who are you, by the way?
My name is Claw. I made all of you. The circle that you're around. By the way, Smith, be specific when you're talking about President Sunday's community. He doesn't have a community. His community is DGG. So you can just say DGG and we'll all understand it. Now, when you're saying that, because obviously nobody would watch President Sunday for any reason other than Destiny must be sleeping, right? And Chud must be sleeping, and everyone else must be sleeping that's on the roster. So like you have to fall all the way down to Sunday's roster.
I mean that's only like two you've mentioned though. So I'm actually like in the top 3. It's still pretty good.
Yeah, you're like the Mike from PA. You know, I get it. Like or maybe you're more like the Kira Chats of the leftist community. I'm not really sure. They have a whole schedule over there. It's weird. I'm just saying. I think what my goal then is going to be is to somehow bridge a gap of a compromise between both teams here, and that's going to be my objective. I think boring. I can make you guys agree on at least one facet of this that could actually be an actionable item that we take away from this and learn and build a better community of your own making, right? That you guys are a part of that is not just inherently related to some guy from Nebraska named Steve.
Yeah, that's impossible.
I don't think that President Sunday wants. I don't think President Sunday wants to build a better community. I think he wants to be a bully.
This is true.
Well, he's not going to beat me up being a bully.
Happen. I mean, Sunday literally needs Destiny to live.
All right, let's see the bully.
The community thrives on horseshit. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's really great that everybody just wants to come to the debate, be all irony filled and other horseshit.
Oh,
Sunday, haha! You should have uploaded more of Labs videos. That's fucking great. I want to actually talk about the real
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny
topic
actually.
today.
What's the real topic today? Will?
Basically, React content. The majority of what you guys create, honestly, is it's theft. It's literally stealing. Correct. Everything basically that you guys do for your bread and butter to make the money that you guys need to have to live the lives that you live requires you to break copyright law.
So I'm like
every single time.
So I'm like a Daniel Ocean type heist master. That's kind of cool actually.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
I've been
buddy.
Skirting the law.
It's more just like it's actually more just like there's nothing around currently that has the ability to there's nothing. It's not worth anyone's time right now. You're not really on anybody's radar Sunday. So
you're right. We need to aim bigger. We've got a team. We've got a team almost assembled. We can do this.
You don't need a team. AI's just gonna do it.
Yeah, you gotta punch.
AI's just gonna take
By the way,
care of it.
because punching down is what I'll fix this for you a little bit. Will, you're punching down to people that don't matter. If you were like stealing Disney videos and putting them online, we would think that you were a hero because you're stealing from the rich, giving to the poor. Right now, you're stealing from the poor to give to the middle. Nobody likes you.
So here's the thing. I kind of just want to since this thing is just completely devolved from what I originally wanted it to be, which is like a serious
This
conversation.
is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go and kick off basically with my little intro that I wrote here because I actually did a little bit of research and put some thought into this. Unlike you, React streamers that literally can, you guys cannot create anything of original quality. So
yeah, I gotta say before you start, I never would have even heard of you if it wasn't for React streamers. So I don't.
Oh yeah, it's fine. That doesn't really matter because that doesn't actually really engage with the point, right? I mean, it just because I benefit from something. No, just because I benefit from something doesn't mean that it's not illegal. That doesn't matter. It's actually not engaging.
Wait, is your whole argument just about the legality of this?
Yeah, correct. That's actually the topic. That was the title of the fucking group chat that we were in. That's
Will and his law.
I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna go through it. All right. Good evening. All right.
Good evening.
I'm Will, and this is my channel. Okay, if you don't know. Now you know. And today we are presented with a question that is worth discussing.
You should also be wearing flannel to make that
question
funnier.
Seeks to transform the entire streamer.
Shut the fuck
Sunday,
up.
shut the fuck up. Literally, you're real funny, Sunday. So today we are presented with a question that is worth discussing as the answer to today's question seeks to transform the entire streamer content creator meta as we know it. Is React content theft, or in less clickbaity terms, when streamers react to content that another person created, does it fall under fair use? Outlined in Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. That's right, fair use hasn't changed in almost 50 years, so there's an incredible amount of precedent set involving fair use in America. Fun fact, other countries usually are more strict when it comes to fair use than the US. We have Section 30 in the UK, if you'd like to check that out, Section 29 in Canada. They literally have identical, basically, the four core things you need to do for it to fall under fair use, but they're more strict. So we're just going to stick to the US. Sorry, Brit bongers, all that other shit. Don't fucking care. Whether a particular use of content falls under fair use is determined on a case-by-case basis in all countries, and it's taken into four things, okay? Number one, the purpose and character of the use. Basically, is it for commercial or educational purposes, right? Commercial or educational. Two, the nature of the copyrighted work. Common categories are like, is it a factual work? Is it creative? Is it an original work? Or is it a commercial work? But these are not mutually exclusive to each other. Three, the amount of substantiality, of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. So basically, how much of the copyrighted work was used in the creation of your work? Was it small clips that you used to just like strengthen your commentary? Or did you cold watch the entire video and comment on it live? Okay. The effect, number four, is the effect of the use on the potential market for or the value of the copyrighted work. In other words, how does it affect the market of the original work? Okay. I'm going to be going over several examples today, not right this second. We'll get as we get into the debate, but I want to include basically people's reactions to the Destiny report, two of my own most popular videos, and also Lavloon's newest video, The Gender Thing. Spoiler, if you've reacted to any of these, and certainly if you ripped and re-uploaded one of these works, it would most likely not fall under fair use. Because online politics streamers are scum who don't actually come up with their own ideas. They sit in front of a screen and make noises while watching videos in their entirety until they get donations. There are two options for React streamers like President Sunday or Zonia, who unfortunately couldn't make today's debate, but I'm sure she will react to it. They either take the views, money, and audience away from the creative and unique creators who spend large amounts of time generating the stuff that streamers consume on their screen, or watch content from other people who are so astronomically more successful than them that they don't have to worry about them wasting their time DMCAing every 30 to 50 viewer Andy that steals their content. I'm not here for prescriptions. You don't have to like what I have to say.
Maybe you should be.
You can plead for changes to fair use. Like, that's fine. I don't give a fuck, because what I want to aim, like, you can aim your advocacy wherever you want.
You really sound
in
like
2023, almost all React content breaks copyright of the holder of the original work. Okay? That's just a fact. Almost all React content breaks the copyright holder of the original work. Okay? And it's only a matter of time before AI and other algorithms make Content ID so powerful that it has the ability to determine any usage of copyrighted works across this platform. And when this happens, most online streamers will have to get, you'll have to get real jobs, because hardly any of you are creative, interesting, or smart enough to come up with your own original content that anyone would actually want to watch.
And that's true.
Let's
be real. That is an objectively true statement.
I'm looking forward to seeing large amounts of cope from almost everyone on this panel as they try and pivot away from the actual topic, which is just the factual nature of whether or not React content falls under fair use. They will try and talk about how, they got fair targets, what constitutes a fair target. They're going to talk about whether or not you can pirate content that's publicly available, or maybe even that fair use should be changed to allow the reactions of entire videos to be fair use. But don't let that distract you from the main question, which deserves to be answered. Does React content fall under fair use?
Okay, well, I don't know why you came on this panel to talk about the legality of that instead of discussing.
Because it's
this
the
with a bunch of
fucking topic
lawyers.
title.
That why
Oh
are you
my
talking
God.
to? Why aren't you talking to lawyers
Oh
about
my-
this?
Well,
No,
I didn't-
why didn't you
I
talk
didn't-
about any of the shit that you guys talked about?
I didn't make
Like,
this
what
the
kind of
topic
crap
title.
is that?
Listen, Jenny. I thought it was retarded to invite you too
Wow.
because you
Okay.
don't know what the fuck
Hey,
you're talking
Smith.
about. But I guess you're
Literally.
here now.
All right,
So
all right, Smith. Just
you also
keep
switch
the
sides.
keep
last
the
minute,
keep the
'cause you don't-
keep the
you don't
keep the
give a
slurs down,
shit.
okay? Smith, keep the slurs down, okay?
You retarded. You don't give a shit either way. You Jenny,
Okay,
you switch
for the
sides.
record, I actually do have an opinion on this, and this is the side that I switched to. The reason I was on the other side is because Wick asked me to be, okay? And I was
God,
willing
well,
to do
thank
that as a
God.
favor to him. Like,
Thank fucking God. I'd rather be on the one where you actually give a fucking shit. So please
Wow.
continue.
okay,
I
well,
ask,
yeah, I mean, that's the one we're on.
Can I ask Will a question quickly? I'm just on the subject, just on the subject of theft. I'm not going to relitigate this whole thing. I know it's a sensitive topic for you, but you had a editor working for you for no pay since when?
Okay, Sunday. Once again.
No, I'm just
don't
curious
care.
about the dates. I'm not actually.
I don't even. This doesn't relate to anything.
Well,
that
it
you're
does. It does a little bit if you'll follow me. I indulged you with a very long introduction. So you
No,
were
this has
working.
nothing
You
to
were
do
working
with
with
what we're
Max.
talking
You
about.
were working with Max since last year. Yes.
Wow, it's like this is just so.
I'm just
sad
yes, simple
and
yes or no
predictable.
question. Simple yes or no question.
No,
like
you
it was.
literally you can't engage. No, you can't engage. with
Max-
what
does
we're
anybody else
actually
know about
doing.
this?
So you're trying to just farm it for content, you stupid
He'll
fuck.
enter-
How
he'll
about you
entertain
actually
your
engage?
question.
with
But
what I'm saying?
could you answer the question?
He will obviously
No.
entertain your question if you
Go
can
fuck yourself.
demonstrate what it has to do with the topic.
I'm
If you
going.
can't, it's not
If he
fair.
answers my question, I can demonstrate, and I can
You're
actually be
gonna have to
quiet
do
for the
that. You're gonna
majority
have
of
to
the
do
time.
that first.
Guys, as
No,
a neutral
leading-
person, I don't even know
It's
what the
leading
fuck he's
question.
talking about. So
Yeah, exactly. This is
somebody has to explain it,
Yes.
so that there's context, right? Because you just are asking randomly, clearly triggering the fuck out of this man. I have no idea what the fuck you're even saying
Okay.
or who these people are.
Well,
okay,
fair point. Will, would you
I'm
care
here
to
for
explain?
Smith.
Will, could you explain just for the clarity of the audience, and then I can get to the point.
No. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, how about
Jenny,
we
have
actually
you
talk-
Jenny, have
no,
you
okay.
followed this?
Did we? Okay, just stop. I'm gonna leave. Did we come on? No, stop. Did we come on to have a panel about this actual topic?
Yes,
Or did we just fucking come
absolutely,
here to talk
absolutely.
about bullshit? That
Well, there's a
doesn't- okay,
reason.
then fucking talk
There's
about the
a
topic.
Will. There's a
Dude,
there's a
rather than
pointed
trying to
there's a
make the
pointed
topic-
reason. Hang on. There's a pointed reason.
Rather
There's a.
than trying to make him
Okay.
say something so
Smith,
embarrassing, why
I'm
don't you
trying-
tell us why he should be embarrassed?
I'm trying to. So there's
Just
a
get to
pointed
it, you
there's a
loser.
pointed reason why I'm asking, and that's because while you were not paying your editor, I recalled that you actually offered me this year to buy me Hogwarts Legacy for me to review on stream as like a gotcha to make me seem like a hypocrite if I accepted. I have the receipts. I have the Discord message right here.
that's the level of where am I? In what space am I where that's like a offense that's bad?
Well,
Not
to make
paying an
it
editor?
to make it abundantly clear for you. So it was a issue in Chud's community very recently that Will was refusing
this
to
is-
pay his
this
editor.
is-
But while he was
Are we
refusing
gonna
to pay his
talk about
editor
the-
on the
No,
grounds that he
Sunday,
lacked the
Sunday, are
funds
we
to
gonna
do
talk
so,
about the topic?
he was
Or are we just
giving
gonna-
he was offering
What-
to give
what are
me
we-
funds
What are we doing here?
because of this
why
trans
does that
panel thing.
matter? Why does
It
that
was-
matter?
it was a little
Like,
bit-
you're
So
because it's funny.
So this is why.
No,
It's
so
funny.
This
That's
is
the point.
why.
But like,
Wow,
bring it up to.
so this is why I wanted to have
I'll do it
like.
for you.
Wick
No, I'll do it for you. 'Cause
Actually,
sure.
do
So let me
this
do it
panel,
for you.
because-
I'll do it for you. Watch. Okay.
Yes.
This is his point that he was trying to make. You could just say this. Okay. It's this simple, Sunday. Just like take your weird autistic thought that you have and convert it into a story. And you have this thing on him about he doesn't pay his editors, right?
Yeah.
Make this then about how Will doesn't pay his editors.
Yeah.
The same way that
Content
you guys.
theft.
You,
Content
wait,
theft.
So
Oh man,
you guys
Content
pay your
theft.
editors.
I'm gonna be honest. I wish I didn't pay
wait.
Max. Max can
So
go
then-
fuck
hold on,
themselves.
hold on, Will,
You know,
if he-
speaking
if
of,
he- if he-
hold on,
if he does-
speaking of content, hey, so I got monetized, right? And all my videos that Max had edited for me,
Yeah.
under the intention, oh hey, like we're doing this, to eventually get something or to get money or whatever. Like all my videos get monetized that he edited, and all the music that was put in it was copyright. Like,
Good.
So it's like, okay, great.
You can all
Like,
use
for Max.
algorithm.
Why
Base.
is that good?
Free
Like it's just like
algorithm. It's on Spotify.
Okay, Sunday. So are we done here? Are you gonna actually talk about the topic, or like what's up?
I don't know. How much more pain can you endure? It's up to you.
Well,
Oh man,
if you
that's not
demonstrate, if
pain.
you like,
Will, don't take that as
I'll-
pain.
I'll-
You gotta grow up.
Yes, listen
I
to him,
will
Will.
entertain the topic, but you
Believe
have
in
to
the
demonstrate
belief.
what's
Keep
the-
going.
Dude,
There's
You have
hope.
to demonstrate.
Was
You
there
just
a
have to
contract?
demonstrate.
Was there a contract,
this-
Will?
Okay, we have literally about 2 minutes
You're
to
in
get
the-
back
you're
on
in the
topic
clean.
before I leave.
No,
because I
don't go,
would
Will,
rather
no.
Just spend time
No.
with my family.
Will, no.
Than do this horseshit.
Stop,
Will,
don't,
With a
come
bunch
back.
Of dumb
I think
fucks
you
on the
should- I
internet
think you should
that
leave
literally
now.
are glued to their chairs. You got
think you
2
should-
minutes.
I don't think that
Man.
you should let them bully you for 2 more minutes.
I'm telling you right now, Will, you already won this. If this is the worst that you have to endure, this is nothing.
You won,
I'm
Will.
just telling you.
Keep it up.
Congratulations.
There's a bright future for you.
This is nothing. I don't know what
There
this
actually
is.
is. That's the funny.
For me, this was the battle of my life.
go
For
on.
you, this was Sunday.
Very interesting.
Very.
I still don't. I just don't get it. Is there something that I'm missing here?
Yes, there is, and that's
He's
that.
just throwing-
Actually, well, no,
throwing dirt.
hang on. There is, and that's that because I run the channel, and I run the chat, the communication we're in. I can mute you, and we can listen to Smith for a little bit. Thank you, Claw, for your help. Smith, show's all yours.
Show us all what?
It's
My what?
Floor is yours. We've heard Will, now let's hear you.
Will is much more passionate about copyright or about the legality of fair use and React content. Sorry, I'm fixing my fucking.
Take your time. It's all good. I need to recharge after that.
me.
Hey, Jenny, how are you, by the way? You haven't had a chance to say much.
Yeah, no, I'm all right. I actually did come here for a serious conversation. I've got notes and everything about this. Will said that
You're
this
very
was
optimistic.
this was about U.S. copyright law. That wasn't very explicit. The title of the chat that he was referencing was "Is live React content theft?" That
Yes.
wasn't. That didn't seem
Yeah.
to imply necessarily there being a specifically legal dimension to this. It kind of implied a broader discussion of the morality and ethics of it.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, I mean,
Well, we can have that. We can have that conversation. I'm not entirely sure that
yeah, I think
Smith is up
that's
to
a
the
much
task, but
more
we'll see.
interesting. I think it's a much
Well,
more
that's.
interesting
I'm not
conversation.
nearly as. I am ambivalent.
Claw, I'll bring you in once
well,
Smith
I agree.
burns out or not.
I agree that it is theft, and I would define that legally. I wouldn't define that by some random, like whatever I choose to define theft. I think that's a totally different. That's an ethical conversation. But it is theft. But I'm also ambivalent. It's just the system in the world we live in, and I think that like Will benefits from it. I benefit from it. I want people to react to my content. So it's just an inescapable injustice. Like it takes 20 minutes to react to somebody's fucking video that they spent months on, and if you're a bigger person, you're gonna not only are you gonna undermine their ability to get. Some people will go and subscribe to them, especially if they suck up to you enough for you to like them and be like, oh, you guys should go subscribe to them. Then yeah, you're gonna leech some people off of them. But most people, because they've already absorbed your content through this other person, will not go to your content. Now they have no reason to watch your video again, and they are algorithmically going to be fed content from the person who reacted to you. So you're fucked over in every which way. You're just making content for other people to use, and it's an injustice. But I mean, we have to do it. It's the only way to fucking grow. So yeah, it's
Or we could just get like a job. If you think it's actually like an injustice, there are other things you can do to live. Most people don't make a living doing YouTube content.
I actually have a point. I'd like to make to that. So, I would argue that you're not necessarily entitled to any of the views that a reactor got to your content. There isn't necessarily the link that you're. Why? Why does that link exist?
Because
Why,
it's your content.
What is to say that those people would have gone to watch your video in the first
wouldn't have.
place?
Well, can we make a distinction between? By the way, you're unmute. Oh, is that menu thing still up there? Yeah. Claw, you're unmuted.
Cool.
Can we make a distinction between React content that actually comments upon the material, and React content, because sometimes I'll see, like, on a Destiny stream, if he's lazy, it'll literally just be him yawning, going Jesus every now and then, and he won't say anything to the video he's reacting to.
I would have split it in another way. I would have said, my whole point coming in here was it said live reacting to something is different than uploading that reaction, even cut up, to your own channel, like as is your content. I think the way that the world's going. So the way the world's going right now, with like everyone having a smart TV with like channels, think of it like, you know, you go to Netflix or YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
I think pretty soon now everyone's making like individual channels as well. So assuming like there's going to be a President Sunday channel that you would download an app for and just go to that person's thing, you wouldn't be able to upload a full, you wouldn't even be able to upload a reaction stream like you do on YouTube or something, or a VOD that's on Twitch of you reacting to something. That wouldn't fly on something that's your produced content. Does that make sense? Like, this is stuff that you have to be like if you want your professional stuff produced through Netflix, Hulu, one of these like streaming services, you have to have a documented list of all the people that helped you make that thing. And that would include the person that actually helped you make it by creating the content. That's giving them credit. That's giving them a portion of the earnings from that. Correct? Like, do you understand how how streaming systems work right now?
I'm not sure.
Any idea?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I followed the particular relevance of that. Can you elaborate?
It's like crediting system. So if you are credited on a piece of work, you could be the fucking newscaster in the background of a TV for like 5 seconds, and you could be cast as newscaster 1 in the credits. You get a portion of the money for the royalties for the rest of the existence of that TV show. Do you understand how credits work in that regard?
Yes.
Okay, so if you reacted to Lavloon's documentary, you'd have to credit Lavloon for being in your movie. Does that make sense?
Seems kind of silly.
Why does that seem silly?
No, it doesn't. Why does that seem silly?
Why should I have to do this?
Because she's in it, and you needed her.
Stealing. You're stealing.
Well, you're just crediting. And also, you also need her permission to get a release.
Well, presumably you'll have the title of the video, some reference to who the person is in the video, in the description itself.
That's fine. But like again, then that
you think React videos should have like end rolls where they go through?
Just, you know how everything else works, a credit system, meaning like at the bottom you have to credit, I got music by this person, whatever. In an official system, again, where there's actual money coming in and lots of viewers, that credit system determines where the money goes from the paychecks from the views. All of that is tracked via watch time and stuff, and it's literally calculated to the penny who's getting all of this from streaming records. This is like the same thing for Spotify, for all digital downloads, for everything like that.
Well, good luck with that, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way, just like it's the stock standard for like making content TikTok whatsoever.
When you react to something on TikTok, it's through the app, and so both people are credited through something called stitching. Do you understand that concept? Even Twitch itself.
No, that's cool. Like, great.
Even Twitch itself has a new thing called guest starring, so that you produce yourself onto someone else's stream while also still being live on your own stream.
I'm sorry. Are we debating like things that are already being,
I'm operation?
It's every single way of making content or art or anything you can possibly make, except for streaming and YouTube videos.
Jenny, am I having a stroke, or are you not getting the point of this either?
I'm not either, to be honest.
I'm so confused at how. So I'm just saying, when you credit someone with something,
get this.
When you credit someone,
I understand what you're saying. I just don't understand exactly how it's relevant to like what we're talking about. Like, where are you going?
Yeah, the example, the thing that we're talking about is the one place where you can get away with not doing this, and it's fucked up that you can't. That's why it's relevant.
Oh, is that the point? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't care.
It's interesting.
I mean, why
did you come here?
Because you're funny.
They asked. This is how they make content, right? So this is the.
For the record, before the stream started, and everybody can verify this, I told Will that the wise decision is to delete his channel and to duck the panel. Oh, that rhymed.
Okay. I've been accused a couple of times of like milking this for content or like being a reactor myself. I don't stream. I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm just like a chatter. I'm someone who's just kind of around. I go on panels sometimes. I was here because Wick asked me to be. So like, don't.
Yeah, this is originally Wick's thing. I only was originally going to host this because Zanya was sick, and I felt bad with her getting left out. Also, because like I think I'd have an interesting conversation with her, and Jenny, as it turns out. I don't really know.
I invited Claw. I invited Claw because Zonia scares the shit out of me.
Well, I mean, he's the best of you three so far, so, I mean, good call there, I guess.
Well, the point being here with this whole, like, reacting, is it bad, is it immoral, whatever. When your stance is, I can do whatever I want to bad people, you're just going to act like this all the time. It's that's where this whole thing that, I don't know what you're doing with Will or whatever the fuck that.
What about bad people who are actively abusing the same system to try and hurt other people?
So that's what I'm trying to say. When you're trying to justify what you've done with a step before, and then we have a discussion on the step that we're talking about, it makes the whole conversation really hard because you really want to talk about the thing that you hate Lav for. So, like, again, what
do you? I don't hate Lav. What do you suppose I hate Lav for?
Well, I would assume that you hate her for some reason that happened prior to you stealing her content and uploading on a different site, right? Something happened before that.
Yeah, she deleted the content, so I was archiving it.
So. She deleted the content.
Okay, so let's go into that. Let's go into that. So the original upload that she put up originally had music that was too loud in one section or something equivalent of that, and she asked her editor to change it. And so a couple hours after it was up, she took it down and then re-uploaded it, which I think you can just change. You can change the uploads. I don't know why that happened. There's a flub. She lost a bunch of views from doing that. But yeah, she did that, and I guess that's
yeah.
So the version that President Sunday put up, that version.
All right,
this is his completely asinine.
Calm down, Smith. Just calm down. Breathe deeply.
Calm down. This is listen.
Just because I'm insulting you,
visualize.
Just because I'm insulting you, I'm going to mute you. Hold on. I'm going to mute you on my end, so I'm going to keep talking. Just because you have this asinine justification for why you're putting the video up there, this is not like this is literally a change in the fucking music. So yeah, I'm archiving it to fuck you. You literally explicitly said you did this to undermine her views. So fuck off with your asinine asshole justification.
Can you hear me now?
Unmuted.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, my stream's clearly the better one because you can hear me talk. The more intelligent person is the one you can hear talking on my stream. So everyone
I guess in lieu of my previous line of questioning, I guess what I'm curious about now is where was this fiery passion when she falsely accused someone of sexually coercing her for stream time?
When was that? Can you explain that?
Absolutely.
That sounds like damaging accusation.
It is, as a matter of
fact.
Well, I mean, it should be in a just world. Yeah, we do.
What's the evidence?
Are you familiar with a streamer called Counterpoints?
I do know who Counterpoints is.
Okay, so on one of Counterpoints' streams, I can't remember if Tom was just reacting to this or if he was present, but she made a pretty explicit claim that there was an expectation that she would provide sexual services to Destiny in exchange for stream time. And so she had a specific economic lifeline that was dependent on keeping Destiny sexually satisfied in some way. And so she was being coerced into
like Melina's agreement.
Well, if you say so, but this was the relevant issue here is that when pressed, she walked it back. So the initial statement was a lie. That's a very damaging
statement. Was a lie because she walked it back. Maybe she was terrified of the guy that has blackmail on everybody. Oh, are we not bringing in more things to this? Oh,
does he have blackmail on everybody? I mean, he doesn't have blackmail on me.
You don't think he has blackmail on you?
Who does Destiny have blackmail on?
He's got blackmail on everybody. That's the whole point. But the thing is, Destiny.
Claw. Come on, give us some details.
What's he got on you?
What are you talking about? Well,
the truth will set you free, brother. What does he have on you?
Everything. That's the thing. He doesn't have anything until he doesn't like somebody. Then he messages every e-girl on the planet that's a part of the OnlyFans fans. They click them, and they've like harvested so much data over the time that they just like, hey, Emmy, okay, can I get a link? And it's just that simple. Now the problem is,
so what is he? So what's he found on you, Claw?
Not really the same.
There's nothing that he has on me. He literally had an edited clip that he tried to portray something. It didn't do anything to me. The problem that I had with it was, why doesn't he want to debate me about it? And I realize now that you gotta like level up. He literally.
Hang on, no, you're dumping too much backstory on me. I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
What are you talking about?
What are you?
Backstory? This is my goddamn life, bro.
he wants to go into the drama of this instead of talking about the actual topic because
No,
he's a drama farmer.
No, I want to.
Yes,
I'm sticking on
exactly.
topic. Don't worry about it, Smith. But I'm sticking on topic. I think that when you walk back a claim, it doesn't
I
mean
can't
that it's
walk
a
over
lie.
those. Those damage me. That explains it.
Okay, so the claim that that Lav was, I just control F in the Destiny report. She's referring to when explicitly that they had the exchange. Welcome to the Orbiter Club. Destiny said after he says thanks. Now
Sounds like
I
exclusive
feel less
membership.
Now I'll feel less bad bugging you for feet pics. Lav says, pleasure for doing business with you. He says, based, welcome to the Orbiter Club. That's the exchange that they had.
That's
explicit,
a joke.
But
Does that honestly
it is,
not come across
it's
as a
clear,
joke
it's
to you?
clearly,
I don't even
it's
look, I don't like Destiny at all. That's
there's
obviously a
there's
joke.
Joke? What did he call
There's a
Anna
certain type
Princess
of-
as a joke too? This is a repetitive behavior.
No, but the Anna stuff.
This is a pattern.
It is a repetitive behavior, but this is a certain type of a
Wait,
joke
wait,
called
wait, wait,
lamp
wait, wait.
shading. It's called lamp shading, where you make the implicit horror of the
Okay, so
situation
just to be clear, so the path we're taking here is we're assuming that the thing that Lav said was not true, was obviously not true, and that was silly in her walk back of it.
Okay, so
we're assuming that that's true.
The evidence of it is true, it's explicit, but also I think it's harmless and it is not like that big of a deal. This particular exchange is not, but it is true. What she said is true.
But she
Why
said
do you
it
guys get
wasn't
so
true.
offended when a female? Why do you guys get so offended when a female literally says anything about like, oh, this guy like was weird with me sexually or whatever? All of a sudden, your side of things, like lock key step, just everyone goes nope and ignore the fuck out of the situation. You don't just be like, oh yeah, like they were joking around. Nobody like came to Lav and said, "Oh yeah, you're joking around." You all started attacking the fuck out of her for claiming a sexual abuse allegation or some like thing like she pressed charges on him or took it to court or doing anything crazy when she was on a panel show with counterpoints of all people. Like
Yeah,
100 viewers
that's
streamed
why it's slander.
How is it slander to be literally
To
anything
make a
that she
false
said?
accusation against somebody to
Okay,
a very
then
large
why don't
audience.
why don't you guys just
the
go to
definition
fucking
of
court?
slander.
Where
I just
Go to court.
demonstrated why it's how. I just demonstrated that it's not
Oh, you're
false.
not even American.
So you're the one slandering her because it is.
Oh, didn't she also make?
explicitly-
Yeah, good point, Chad. Didn't she also make false statutory rape accusations against Hassan Piker?
Against Hassan Piker? No, we did the math. That chick was 17. He just met her on Raya. That should have been the fucking real situation right there. Investigate
know.
Raya,
I don't know.
motherfucker.
I don't know. Well, but if it, like assuming that that's not true because that's news to me. Then she did say something.
How is that
false.
news to you?
She did it. This was the what Claude just said. I don't.
Yeah, you're
know.
taking
I don't
this.
know.
Twitch.
No, but
know
if you're
that
going
they didn't
to if you're
I
going
was
to
under the
take
impression that she was 18. I was under the impression she was 18, and I don't know.
look, I have no particular love for Hassan either. If he did, he did.
When she said that she was not making a public claim, she said that in a private, not a private. She said that in a section off Discord channel for being a shithead and
my
called
God.
Spicy Chat of Chud Logic's community. So she was being a little moron shithead, just like everyone else. And then someone went back and found it and was like, "Oh shit, we can use this on her."
Okay, generally, when we're talking about like
responsible.
criminal levels of
responsible.
liable, it's not a defense that they were just being a moronic shithead. You know, like that seems like that's kind of weak as a justification.
That's actually not true because
think
you
it
guys
is.
are telling me.
That's not
You
true,
guys
yeah.
are telling me that Lavloon is a nobody, scum of the earth, fuckwit, right? Not a popular streamer.
Well,
never really
pretty
streamed this
popular
before.
actually. She has a very large following on
So
several
she's
She's only
platforms.
popular when it matters to defame her.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think she's really popular outside of the before Destiny brought her on stream. How many average viewers did Lavloon get?
On TikTok, I think she had several hundred thousand.
Those aren't real viewers. I said real viewers, like on an actual platform that's not Chinese botted. I don't give a fuck about any TikTok views. Those are all fake. That's all manipulation to literally
Okay.
just make retarded people retarded.
A serious question for you, Claw. How many edibles did you take before this talk?
Literally no edibles. I'm straight up sober as fuck. I'm trying to actually understand this real quick. You're not explaining this. Lavloon is a nobody. So how is it defamation or slander if she's a nobody? Do you understand how that works?
Well, what President Sunday
Sorry,
just did
so
was
just to
defamation
be
and
hang on,
slander.
just to be
There's a justification to be a notable person. This
Just
person
to
is
be-
not notable. Lavloon is not notable, correct?
just okay. Hang on. So just to be clear, you think that the conditions of it being slander are that the person slandering is equivalently famous to the person they're slandering?
Do you not? Okay. Do you need me to look the law up for you to prove that that's right? Is that going to change your mind, or you're just going to be like, oh, okay, I didn't know?
You have piqued my interest.
Look it up.
Please do
Look
so.
it up. Somebody look it up. I'll pull it up real quick. But it's literally it's in the code for defamation and slander. The fame of the person, both being accused and the person accusing. It depends. The different categories based on how popular are. If they're a public figure and you're lying about them, that's not nearly as bad as somebody that's a non-significant person.
Hang on. That's not true. If it's a lie,
it's true.
No. If it's a lie, you can still sue them for slander, even if you're already famous. However, the threshold is a little bit different. If, for example, it's a political figure and people are speculating about something like corruption.
So you're trying to say that Hassan and Destiny are political figures?
Well, no, because if they were, that would actually make the threshold higher for slander.
No,
right?
it doesn't.
But I'm saying that they are. Wait, hang on. Which direction are you arguing in?
Okay, I'm trying to say.
I'm saying Lav did slander Destiny. You're giving.
Accuser.
No. But Claw,
she's not a public figure.
No, Claw.
You just slandered Claw. You just slandered Claw a second ago.
Yeah, I just did. Sue me. So Claw.
Fuck off. You have nothing.
No, that was a joke. No, Smith. That was
a joke.
Smith.
It's a joke.
That was a joke. That was a joke. You're a little slow.
You have no principles.
You have no principles. None. So Claw.
Yeah.
Why I'm a little bit confused is because I was arguing that Lav. Why I'm a little bit confused that I was arguing that Lav did slander Destiny, but you're giving me conditions that would suggest that she didn't because, or wait, that she did because he's not a politician?
I'm saying Lav is not a significant person. I don't know what the exact wording is. That's why I was trying to Google real quick. I don't know the exact wording, but it's public figure.
But we weren't. It was not a relevant part of the conversation whether Lav was a significant person.
That was the entire thing I was asking. I said, is she a nobody or is she a public figure? And we all agreed that she was a nobody, scum of the earth. We've said that many times.
I don't think she's exactly a nobody. She has a massive following. She's massively well. Oh
my god.
She's massively well known on
fucking shit, bro. They're like, I get 400,000 followers on TikTok. No, the fuck you don't. You get 20 viewers. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about how many fake viewers you have on fucking TikTok when your own streams get less than 100 viewers. Are you kidding me? I came up from the fucking streets, bro. I know. No, the only platform that matters here is Twitch. All right. That's the only. Maybe Kick to an extent.
Rumble. Money off OnlyFans as well.
What the fuck is an OnlyFans, bro? This is what I'm talking about. She probably didn't sign into the same referral code system that OnlyFans people, that Fansly people like Melina and that whole fucking crew have. And that's the reason why she didn't fucking do all this. It's all related to those goddamn referral codes, bro.
Chat, I'm very sorry. This is going to be paying for the video essays next week. So just bear with me, okay? This hurts as much for me as it does for you. Except that I get to play Bolt Gun. Sorry, as you were.
I wish I was playing Bolt Gun right now.
Next time you're talking, President Sunday, I'm going to talk to chat. Why don't you start?
Blah, 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 blah. Is he talking to chat?
I don't know. I still don't understand this whole thing. You guys are trying to tell me that Lavloon, the reason that you're all butthurt about this is literally because
I'm not butthurt about Jack.
Hassan lie, supposedly, and some sort of a Destiny lie, because of that, you can erase her from the internet.
Yeah, okay, calm down for a second. So here's what's going on, okay? Because you're a little bit out of the loop here. Lav has a recorded history at this point of saying things that are not true, and then attempting to rewrite history afterwards to avoid any sort of consequences for it. So when she deleted her highly transphobic video, that was extremely disingenuous and so on and so forth, not that that's relevant to this conversation, I uploaded a copy of it, which I downloaded immediately with the expectation that she would be deleting it as soon as there was something she received serious pushback for. After the fact, she uploaded it again, privated it again, or deleted it, I'm not entirely sure which, and I uploaded it to Rumble and then later to archive.com. So
that's a fair argument.
Yeah, so that's
I'm in agreement with everything
so
you say now.
In addition to this,
one more thing. You also
I wasn't finished speaking.
Link to it and said
but
if you want to
I was about to get there. You're okay. You're very hyper.
Maybe I should take those edibles.
You maybe that would be a good move. When Sorry. So after I uploaded it to Rumble and archive.com, after I was actually in the middle of speaking, Smith. So after it was uploaded to archive.com and Rumble, I advertised it and I said, hey, if you want to react to this without giving this awful, nasty piece of work who should not be on any platform whatsoever, frankly should be sued for some of the things that she's done and said, here, you can look at it here. And she can't delete it from here, so brilliant.
Okay.
So you can't totally be sued for anything in that video. She can't be sued for anything in that video.
No, nothing in that video whatsoever.
Yeah. So this is
absolutely not.
Nothing in that video whatsoever. I agree.
We're back to the reasons why you hate this person, right?
I don't hate this person. She's just a bad.
You want this
basically
person to
criminal
exist
person
on the internet. You don't want her to exist on the internet.
But
you're
behaving criminally towards her. So you
that's because I'm a pirate.
Yeah. So when confronted with this, you should. When she put the video back up, you directed your community to her.
No, not just my community. A bunch of communities.
Yes.
Yeah, I asked other people shared it too.
Communities, one community.
So the argument that you just, the good argument that you just put forward is worth shit. So start again.
No, I like the shit argument. That works for me.
No, like it's not an argument. You were not trying to archive this because it was clear that she did re-put the video up, and then you kept it up, and then you directed people to it. So you were not archiving.
I did both. I did both.
Yeah, at first, and then you should have taken it down. But then what you did instead
I
did
didn't
was
take
you
it down.
directed people.
I didn't take it down at all.
No,
Rumble took it down for some reason. I actually have no idea why that was down from Rumble.
Because it's illegal. Because it's illegal.
Well, no, because it's not illegal. I assume
it's not illegal.
Yes, it is illegal.
In what way is that not illegal? You're just Canadian. You just get away with it. You can be a pirate all you want, but you can't claim that the King's Land has different rules than yours. Okay.
Well, that's kind of how legality works, Claw. I don't know what else to say to you.
I'm well aware. I'm just telling you that you're stuck in Canada and I'm in America, and we do things differently here. That's what I was actually going to bring up with. Yeah, no, my condolences, my guy. I have a problem with the whole subjective law bullshit that basically is being destroyed systematically from every single country outside of America right now. So
wait, so do we care about, or do we care about, is the legality the issue? Or is the morality the issue?
Talk about the morals and the
President Sunday is.
That's how we form laws, and we can change them and adjust them over time through something called like an Overton window of some sorts, right? But the problem is right now.
That's not what Overton window means.
Don't let President Sunday.
Things that we can change and how we move.
Don't let him.
I think that the problem is that you guys do not focus on any.
He will put a spell on you.
You don't take any issues and try to actually solve them. You just use whatever subjective loopholes you guys can find and destroy them from the inside out. You're a domestic terrorist group.
Have you played Bolt Gun yet? It's really good.
I would never play a game of
President Sunday.
It's actually no. I'm serious. It's so good.
React content because I'm still interested in that conversation.
The problem is you.
Are we just gonna rehash old laugh drama from?
Well, here's what I propose, Jenny. I'm gonna let them fizzle out for another 15 minutes, and then you and I can chat.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start bringing up old drama, and then when we start talking about it, get pissed at you for doing it. And I want to fucking go back to the topic. But when President Sunday keeps deflecting,
bring up the old drama?
No, President Sunday. I didn't say your name. I said President Sunday. When he keeps deflecting to this other shit, now he's saying, "Oh, let them fizzle out." He keeps making character defamation claims, like trying to do anything he can because he's a complete asshole. He tried to undermine her growth. He did something literally illegal. His response to this was take his profile picture and make it a pirate hat because he knows that what he did is illegal and it is pirating.
Yar.
Yeah, so what he's doing he's using the technique that I just said earlier, which he clearly understands what it is called lampshading, where he clearly does understand what he did is immoral, unethical, illegal, and the only reason he thinks it's okay is because he hates her, and he thinks it's okay because everybody hates her and nobody cares. So you can do things bad, you can do illegal.
Yeah, the ends justify the means. Look, anything for the greater good, right? Anything for the greater good. That's the cult way, okay? I get it, but the problem is I'm trying to go a step before that. Let's go a step before that. How do we get you to agree that Lav isn't a bad person? Probably never going to happen, right? She can't take back the lies that she said, according to you, because she's already walked him back and he still hated her. So now she can't even take back the lies.
Well, no, that's the admission that she lied.
So think about that. Okay, so what?
No, hang on. Admitting
and said that she lied.
Claw, admitting
No,
that you,
also,
admitting under
you're-
pressure that you lied doesn't make it not a liar. Doesn't make that better.
She didn't. She never admitted that she lied. Walking back something back is not
No,
admitting
no,
that
she-
it's a lie.
Well,
in what way
it-
are you saying that?
It is
How
admitting.
How
It
do
is
you literally. How do you have any audience at
Claw.
all? How far of a
Claw.
tier are you, bro? This is like
It
F tier
is-
shit.
It is tacitly admitting to
Why
a
do you
lie.
keep talking about
Being
the size
a
of other
hypocrite-
people's
It is.
audience?
It is tacitly admitting to a lie.
Being a hypocrite
If you're
is not equivalent
denying,
to being
if
a
you're
liar.
denying an
No,
explicit
it's
statement
not.
you made, that's on video record.
No.
That's not weird.
Being
That's not.
hypocrite
That's
don't
not
make you a
denying
liar.
a lie. Did she say that it was a lie, or did she back it up because she was being harassed, doxxed, threatened?
She was weaseling her way out of something that she said that
Because
was a
she
lie.
was-
Because she was
Well,
getting
first
pilloried
off,
for it because she didn't
The
have.
only Weasley little liar I know, okay, is not that one. All right, I don't know about Lab being no Weasley little liar. I know of another person that's a Weasley little liar on video record as well.
Who's that?
It would
Right.
be Hassan calling Destiny a Weasley little liar. My God. Okay. Were you even around back then? I
No,
don't.
How old are you
Man,
guys?
Fairly new.
Smith, you're like you're like
my
40,
Twitch
right?
account's 12 years old.
Yeah.
So you guys are like brand new to this. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, back in the day we had some respect for each other, all right? We all understood how the game worked, and you wanted to make content with each other. You invited people to a panel show to debate it all out and let the fans decide who the fucking winners were, all right? There's not a single chance in hell that President Sunday would ever survive on a show like the Royale, and I so much as challenge this motherfucker to ever compete with me on the Royale on Big Daddy Destiny stream sometime like I defeated my goddamn arch nemesis last week, okay? I had a date with Destiny and I fucking wiped the floor with them.
Is that why you're here?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
if
here
you
to
say
defend
so, Chief.
Smith.
Okay.
He called, he put the fucking beacon out, he shined the claw spotlight in the sky, and I came
Gondor
to
calls
whoop
for
some ass.
raids. Okay.
I wanted Claw because Zonia terrifies the shit out of me, and well, she's not as passive aggressive as you. Like you're just as awful as she is, but everything you do is passive aggressive, so it's really hard to. But Zonia is super aggro, and I want.
Come on.
It's so
Where's the door? Hang on, guys. Everybody stay calm. Yes.
But anyway,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Smith, just as an FYI, their strategy is to cater to people that they think have good jobs, and that tends to do things like this. When you do this as an artist, you have to just basically mock them as the lack of content creators that they are. Their reaction streams are just going to die off as everything else dies off. That's why it's only fun to interact with the fun orbiters, right? The fun orbiters that can actually have a good time and have a personality. That's where we're going to end up here pretty soon. When these people.
Oh, it's so much better. How are you doing?
Jesus. I'm all right. It was pretty painful to endure, honestly. I don't know why that kind of devolved so rapidly into just rehashing ancient drama. That it was mentioned that was going to be a kind of entry point into this panel, was you re-uploading Lab's video, but I didn't realize this was going to be like the whole focus of it, so I didn't really prepare for that. How are you feeling about all that?
That went about as well as I expected.
That was like so much worse than I thought it was going to be. Like I thought there was going to be an actual conversation there, and not just.
Did you see my last? Did you see my last conversation with Will?
I did not know. I don't watch a lot of.
Okay, you will.
This kind of content.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll see my reasons for my lack of optimism. No, excuse me.
Right.
Sorry.
I mean, from the interactions we had in the other group, I wasn't extremely optimistic, but yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So, thoughts?
Well, thoughts. Here, let me just center the chat a little bit more. I had to get resized. That was nuts. I guess we could talk about whether or not React content is theft in the first place. I think that's actually kind of an interesting discussion. Maybe you know more about this than I do, but how I see it is, if you're smaller than the person who is rewatching your content, that's only to your benefit. That gives you much more visibility. That gives other people an opportunity, especially in a saturated market. That's almost essential for people to discover your content in the first place. Like I early on relied on people watching my video essays and whatnot on stream or responding to them because otherwise people just wouldn't know they existed, because it's niche stuff. It does take a lot of work to do. It doesn't get a ton of views because it's not super algorithm friendly. But like, if somebody like the Distributist or at one point Chudlogic would watch it on stream, I might get a couple subs from it, and then I'll get more people watching my stuff in the future. And then maybe somebody else who's big will want to have a conversation, stuff like that. So
yeah. I was talking to someone about this earlier, actually, and kind of a way that we described React content was kind of an augmentation of the YouTube algorithm, which, you know, is everyone's number one thing to complain about on here, well, on Twitch, on YouTube, is the algorithm and the lack of discoverability. But React content kind of provides another layer of discoverability for people. Like you said, a lot of your content wouldn't have been found, you wouldn't be as popular as you are if it hadn't been for people reacting to your content for exactly that reason.
What I think it is, honestly, and I understand the impulse. I think a lot of it is bitterness towards people with very large platforms just not pulling their weight. So they'll continue to make lots of money, and all they're doing is watching somebody else's content. Now, that doesn't mean that it's actually hurting the person whose content they're watching to do that. But, you know, it's like, you look at this, you're like, oh, this person spent a ton of time on it, they're not reaping the rewards. It feels exploitative, and in a sense it is, but it seems to be like a type of exploitation without a victim. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it is just bitterness, I think, just because the person reacting to your content might be benefiting more from it. That doesn't mean you aren't benefiting as well and getting a lot from it that you wouldn't otherwise get. Like, so the reaction to it, the kind of impulsive negative reaction, I think definitely comes from that, and the fact that React content is just kind of inherently lazy. But they're kind of doing you a service. Like, it's because video views aren't really determined by the quality of the video. It's about how the video is marketed, like your ability to create a good title, a good thumbnail, to share it around, to get it in the right spaces. And React content is kind of just free marketing for you that these other people are doing, and the cut that they're taking comes from the ad revenue they get or whatever donations they get from reacting to your content. So,
in fact, you know what? Like, weirdly, it's the smaller creators who are sort of benefiting in a parasitic sense by watching other people's content, not the larger ones. But at that point, the scale is so small that you're not even able to take viewers from them. So it's I don't know. It just seems like a non-issue to me. I think what's more interesting in terms of content theft is when YouTube limits monetization on videos, but are completely opaque about, okay, what is this actually affecting? How much are they actually taking? And I do wonder sometimes if a lot of that is proactive in order to take a larger cut of the ad earnings from YouTube channels. Because, like, think about it. If you manage to limit monetization on, like, one channel a month from every, like, million-plus sub-channel, not to say everybody else as well, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, potentially. And I don't know what the percentage of that means. Like, does limited ad revenue mean one advertiser has asked to not be shown on your stream? Is it the vast majority? So that could mean, like, a difference, for all I know, of a loss of between like 10 and 90% of the ad revenue.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know much about the specifics of that, but I mean, yeah, sure, it's true.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, I mean.
that was the content theft debate.
Oh god, I'm just trying to go through my notes, get like a couple of my last points I had here. So I said the marketing bit. Oh yeah, there was kind of a hypocrisy bit as well. Like, do these people think that Lav has like never pirated anything in her life? Like, I'm pretty sure everyone in their 20s has at some point used like LimeWire or the Pirate Bay or just one of those like movies 123 sites and gone and gotten something from there. Like, and can you really like act super holier than thou about piracy and about other people doing it to you when you've almost certainly done it yourself? And like, I can't prove that she's done it, sure. But like, it seems kind of unlikely, and I'm willing to bet everyone who was in that panel, brief as it was, has at some point, you know, done the same thing. So it seems just a bit hypocritical.
God, that was brief.
Really.
That felt so much longer. It was just so packed with just...
Yeah, it was, it really tracked on.
I wonder if Will and his channel is still going. Let's see. We're gonna pyre from Will and his channel. Is Smeth still streaming?
Smeth was so mad.
He always gets like that. There's something wrong with him. I don't know what his deal is, but he's like...
I don't understand how you can be so angry about, like, someone you've never met uploaded a video of someone you've never met on a different video sharing platform than the other person uploaded it to, and you're going on a YouTube show to talk about it and getting incredibly mad about it to the point where you like almost rage quit, or in the case of Will, where you do rage quit. It's just I don't understand how people get so passionate about this stuff, like, and genuinely angry. Like, it does seem like there has to be something wrong with you at that point.
I think he's decided that his purpose in life is to be a crusader for misunderstood angels like Mr. Girl and Lav, and that's what we're witnessing. So he thinks, I don't know, he's just a deeply confused individual.
Yeah.
Do you have a channel, or do you just appear on panels?
I have a website. I have heterodoxtakes.com. I post like the occasional like blog post about, you know, whatever's popular at the moment. I've got something hopefully coming next week about the city bike Karen incident, which I think was, you know, pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've written about like some trans things before.
What's your take on this city bike thing? Or what's been going on with that? Apparently we've been waffling back and forth between she's actually the victim, no wait, she's actually kind of sus herself for some reason. Like, what's going on with that? I haven't been keeping up.
Okay. Are you like familiar with what the initial reaction was like?
Yeah, so a lady was freaking out because a couple of guys came up to her and tried to take her bike. I can't remember if they like laid hands on the bike or on her or not.
They did, yeah. So she like rented the bike and like pulled it out of the thing, and then they like, or one of them kind of pushed it back in to reset it and tell her that she couldn't have the bike. Basically what happened was these guys had ridden the bikes up to this point, parked them so that they wouldn't have to keep paying the rental fee for them, but they still wanted like ownership, like dibs ownership on them. So when she came to take the bike, they got mad at her and started filming her. But I wanted to focus more on the reaction to it and the way that people kind of jumped to the conclusions that they did.
Yeah.
And I think it was like very explicitly like I think there's kind of this current in culture since especially since like 2020 and the George Floyd riots and all of that, to take situations like that and assume immediately that you know, white people are evil, that the white person in that situation has done something wrong. And I think it's like,
wait, you don't think that? Get off my stream. What are you doing? No, sorry. Continue.
I think it's like very explicitly kind of anti-whiteness. I think that is something that's manifested within our culture. I think there's like this huge demand for internet Karens now, and for like people love that kind of content. You know, they want to feel good about the idea that they're ripping on somebody. I've been talking about this on Twitter quite a lot recently, that they're ripping on somebody and like destroying their life.
Well, I think Vosh is a delisted video now. He very, very swiftly.
He does. I have a link to it actually, if you want to.
I have it somewhere. I haven't watched it, but what I heard sounds makes sense. He delisted it.
Yeah, he was like calling for her to lose her job immediately. He was just like, this is cut and dry. There is no more evidence that could explain this. And it's like 2 days later, he uploads another video just like, well, it seems like there's some evidence that could explain this. So yeah, and just it's that kind of instinct to jump to the conclusion based on like a 90-second video that isn't very conclusive at all, that this white woman is this evil racist. She was called like a white supremacist on Twitter. Like, that's insane. Over this 90-second clip of a bicycle? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, I don't know. If you haven't seen too
Well,
much
I think a
of
good
the
I think a good
reaction,
point of
then-
comparison would be like the Crowder coverage. Because that's a similarly short video clip presented by an interested party. But the nature of it is that it actually has like a holistic record of a dynamic by itself. So you understand
which coverage, sorry? Steven Crowder?
Yeah, you saw the footage of Steven Crowder with his wife? Or did you miss that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, that's...
Oh, the thing where he's like shouting at her and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of saw that once. I don't really
Yeah.
pay much attention to Steven Crowder.
You're
Yeah,
not-
I saw
you're
that.
you're not missing out, but it's like a similar case where you have I think the main issue with this is the footage does not contain any explanation of its context within it, whereas the Crowder one does. Combined with the fact that it's like a domestic situation. So when you hear somebody saying to their spouse, or you have a report that's been corroborated, where he says, "I'm going to fuck you up," or like she says, "You've been abusive" or whatever. Like it's a different thing. I don't know. And the clip was also way longer. I think it was like 12 minutes. 2 minutes, 12 minutes. It was long.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's worth looking into, but it's nasty. Even Candace Owens came out against him for that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people are always looking for... I think there's just this kind of... I've been researching like old trolling forums recently, actually. I've got a big thing coming about that, which is going to be quite interesting, hopefully in the next month or so. But the kind of current that I've found is that people always want some kind of justification for feeling like they're in the right for destroying someone's life. But really, they just want to destroy someone's life. They just want to fuck with someone. They want to feel good, like they're enacting justice of some kind. And I think that instinct has like kind of it manifested in a slightly different way on like Chan culture with Anonymous and that back in like the like late aughts, early tens, things like the
So this
Westboro
is,
Baptist Church raid.
Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. So, again, I haven't kept up with this, but Titan brings up that apparently the woman specifically beelined for a bike that they had set aside when she had, I assume, other bikes as an option, so she was kind of looking for trouble, supposedly. I'm not entirely... I needs to see something to corroborate that, Titan, but that's interesting.
Why? Okay, I guess like my question to
Yeah.
that is like why it would make sense that a pregnant woman getting off a shift at work would approach a group of kids trying to start trouble over a bike.
I don't know. I don't know.
That just seems like pretty far-fetched to me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've forgotten she was pregnant, actually, so that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
It also doesn't necessarily bear on the issue you're bringing up, which is jumping to conclusions based on insufficient...
Yeah, I mean,
insufficient
based on
evidence,
a desire to have a justification to do some like serious shit. Like people always love a good victim. They love a good fall from grace. You know, they love to see a racist person lose their job, lose their livelihood, and therefore they start looking for racist people that don't exist, and they'll start accusing people of being racist when they kind of aren't.
Well, it's possible.
or-
Like, well, here's the main thing. Like, it's both are possible in this case. Like, it could legitimately be, a woman who is reacting in a Karen-like way, shall we say, to people who are also like out of line, like on the grounds of a instinctive reaction to skin color because she's a bigot or something like that. Like these are viable reads. I think the point is like slow down a little bit. When you see stuff like this, like wait and see to a certain extent. Which doesn't mean, because one of the things that happened with the Jesus Christ, why is my health like this? I'm going to restart the level. One of the things that happened with Destiny's coverage of the Crowder case is he didn't just say, like, let's wait and see. He said, let's wait and see. She might be a lazy bitch or something. And started making up, like weird hypotheticals where the language that Crowder was using to her was justified on the grounds of her performance in the marriage, which was odd. So people took issue with that. By contrast, like, on the flip side, when Vosh saw this coverage of the woman in the city bike, he immediately leapt to, oh, she's clearly a bigot, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I mean, like, presenting possibilities, even if they're unlikely, I think is fine. Like, I mean, I guess it is possible that she could be some secret white supremacist, you know, in her bag. She could have had her little her clan robes and her hood and everything.
It's not, she wasn't pregnant at all. It's just had it all bundled up under there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's fine to an extent to kind of theory craft about why somebody did something in that kind of situation, but it's really that desire to just immediately have a target, have someone you can feel good about destroying. I think that's what people really want. I think, like,
I don't know if it's that deliberate. I think it really is. People are reacting.
I don't think it's deliberate.
Outrageous.
I don't think it's deliberate at all. They don't necessarily realize it's happening, but they just kind of, it's like subconscious. They want it. They wouldn't say they want it.
I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do want it. Like, I think people can generally get angry for a thing and not feel the want for something to be angry at to begin with. Like I'll react to stuff angrily that I would have much rather just not known existed, because it's exhausting. The Illuminati stuff, I mean, I made some money off of it. It wasn't, like, terrible for the channel, but it's exhausting. I actually legitimately hate that stuff. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's distinctly possible. Like, and in both cases, like, I don't think Destiny wanted wanted a woman in that position to be guilty for her own abuse.
Well,
either.
no, but we aren't saying Destiny's like an example of this, though, are we? Because Destiny wasn't like jumping to these random conclusions. He was kind of theory crafting, saying, "Well, it could have been that. It could have been that." I'm talking about the people who were like, "No, this is it. This is happening. This is, you know, this is why she did this. We have to destroy her. Let's fire her. Let's get her whole livelihood taken away from her."
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Like, if you have that kind of reaction, I think deep down,
I think there's
some kind of desire to
I think there's
passionate like that.
Yeah. I think there are kinds of theory crafting, though, where it is adding to it, right? Like, it's not. It depends on the nature of the hypotheticals and what they imply. So the issue with the hypotheticals that Destiny was floating wasn't that they didn't turn out to be true, because of course that's exactly what they are. They're hypotheticals. The issue was that they seemed to center as the point of importance whether or not she deserved that treatment, not whether or not there was something actually that would justify the treatment to a reasonable third party. And I think that was, or would provide, like, further light that maybe, like, for example, maybe there's some kind of setup to the conversation. Maybe it's a role play, right? Like, that's a possibility. And somebody could produce evidence as to whether or not that is indeed the case. However, conjecturing maybe she's just like a lazy bitch or whatever, what that suggests is that if indeed she is lazy, or if in Crowder's eyes she's not pulling her weight in the house, that therefore his conduct is in some way more permissible, which does not follow. But that's the implication of saying, well, wait a minute, guys, don't pass judgment. That might be the case. So that there's an implicit statement there. So that's more or less where I'm getting at with there. And of course, like, Vosh making that leap, as he acknowledged, was stupid and irresponsible. So I don't think we really have a debate on this per se.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it doesn't have to be a debate. It can just be like a discussion.
Well, I wasn't implying that we need to have one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I haven't seen the Destiny stuff very much. I think I saw, like, it once maybe in the background, but I'm not really familiar with what he said. I could speculate maybe he said it as just kind of a feeling that he needs to provide some kind of counter perspective to the very obvious one that's going to be the narrative, regardless of whether or not it's true. Maybe. I'm not saying that, like...
He toned it down a bit when Cadology took him to task. She actually did a pretty good job there, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Anything else on your mind?
I was just gonna ask you the same.
I'm honestly like my mind is blasted from that thing. That was a cacophony. There's a new Amnesia
Yeah,
demo that I want to try out before I clock off today.
that's fair enough. You have fun with that. It's been, you know what? Considering our past Sunday, it's been a surprising pleasure talking to you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your stream.
I mean, compared to that, I can't imagine a situation where you wouldn't say that. But likewise, you have a good night. Thanks for coming on.
Cool. Good night.
Take care. Well, that wasn't too bad. I'm just going to read through Super Chats quickly, and then we'll press on. What have we got here? Thanks, Win, for the new membership. Thank you, Dietrich. Will is genius. He front-loaded a bunch of assumptions he doesn't have to back up, and he can focus... Sorry, and he can accuse you of cope if you try to rebut any of them. That was borne out. Let the desert have them. Thank you, Shy Hello, for the $20. Shuri Satoshi, what a brave stance you took, Will. Your torchlight's the way. Indeed. Fenton, coins for kicking the morons. Chat, thanks you. Thank you, Fenton. Or not $10, 10 pounds. Even better than $10. Alright. What else is on the list for today? That was pain. Here, let's double check that actually. Let me see if anybody's answered my call. Here, you know what? I'm gonna show you. So this is what I was talking about. Let's see. So I want to put. There we go. Okay. So yeah. So for people who are perplexed, a little while ago, Will got into a bit of heat for not paying his editor Max for editing a bunch of his videos on his channel. And the explanation was the channel wasn't... So Max had agreed to edit for free under the assumption that once the channel was monetized, he'd be getting a cut. Or she'd be getting a cut, rather. Sorry, my apologies. She came out as trans a while ago. And so eventually Will decided, because he didn't like Max telling him, like giving him tips on what kinds of content to cover, what would make the channel successful, that he was just going to cut ties and did that. Very shortly after he was monetized, is my understanding, but that doesn't particularly matter. Max had done a bunch of work for him, and she was like, okay, hang on a sec. I did a ton of work for you under the expectation that we were both taking this very seriously. Can you, like, pay me a little bit to make up for my trouble? And I think he originally said sure, but then just flat out refused to pay for an extensive period of time. And then in January, Well, apparently, this was going on unbeknownst to me. He started offering to. This was after he had attempted to host the official trans panel, and a bunch of people got mad at him for that. He DM'd me and said, "Hey, do you want to? Why don't we buy you a copy of the Harry Potter game, and you can live stream it with us, and we can give a real review of it." So he was willing to put serious monetary resources that amounted to a good portion of what he owed Max. Actually, a very small portion of what he really owed Max in terms of the amount of work she put in. I don't know, to grow himself at her expense, to make me look like a hypocrite for accepting a game that I had supposedly argued against playing because it's the IP owner was transphobic. I don't know, but it's just kind of gross, and it's funny that triggered him so much. God, I feel dirty after that last panel. I'm gonna let Wick host that next time. There were originally a couple of other people who would have made it more interesting. We had Fabian Liberty and Zonia who were going to take part. Jenny was alright. Alright, I'm going to save. Okay, over. I don't want to save. There we go. And I'm going to boot up Amnesia. Amnesia the Bunker. Thoughts on having Chud Logic on the next Sundic show to go over your differences? I'll have to think about that. Oh, well, serious. Next time you want to come on, let me know. Maybe I'll have a copyright panel later at some point. And we'll have people worth talking to on it. Oh, did I stretch it? No, I didn't. Okay, good. I'm legitimately excited for this. Yeah, I'm gonna get some more coffee and then we'll get into this. Sunday, will you PewDiePie scream? No, because I'm a big boy. I'll be one sec, guys. Howdy ho. Alright. Let's do this. Where's our audio at? Good. Should turn off the lights. Hang on. The turn speed's a little slow. That's better. Interesting. Soldat Clement admitted to medical treatment following events of 9th July. Personal effects held in the storage locker. Patient remains in weak coma state. Will respond to stimuli, but only for brief periods of time. When last roused, he reported no memory of recent events, had trouble recalling even his own name, most likely due to severity of initial head trauma. We'll continue to monitor. Status does not improve. In a week's time, recommend transfer to Saint Etienne for neurological tests. Signed, Dr. Jasinski. This reminds me of when I went to the Diefen bunker a couple of Christmases ago. Very cool buildings. Very terrifying in the wake of COVID when you're thinking of them from a disease prevention perspective.
9th of July, 1700 hours. I'm in a state of agony. It cripples my body, captures my mind, bleeds my soul. This thing I've done, this thing... It is lunch in the mess hall currently. Oh, the thought of eating repulses me. 9th of July, 7...
What's your opinion on the Avro Arrow debacle? What? Nothing recent, surely. You'll have to refresh me. That's the supersonic jet, right? Let's see. The CF-105, also known as the Avro Arrow, was a jet interceptor aircraft designed, built, and flown in Melton. The plane was hailed as being ahead of its time and became a source of national pride in Canada. The cancellation and subsequent destruction of the Arrow and of its component parts left many thousands of people out of work on a day which could be known as Black Friday. Oh, really? I didn't know that. So, okay, long story short, Avro Arrow was a promising aircraft, and Diefenbaker canceled it. Interesting. Oh, sorry. I did know about this. It's coming back to me. God, it's been a hot minute since I've thought about Canada at all. Terribly boring place. All right, let's press on. Shh. Don't be too quiet now. What is this? I see. That's not good. That's bad. So this is Amnesia. So I'm wondering, because all the other Amnesia games have had some tie to the first one in terms of, like, the universe. Less so in... So in A Machine for Pigs, Oswald Mandis, who's the character you use, he's a great nephew or something of Brennenberg from the first game, and of course he uses the Brennenberg solution to create the Pigmen. In Amnesia Rebirth, you use sort of this dimension hopping, this universe hopping device to go to what is sort of implied to be Alexander Brennenberg's world, and the Shadow plays a big part of that plot. So it's the Autopsy of Reynard. So that's Reynard, I guess, that half chest. Body of Sergeant Reynard, multiple lacerations, chest cavity torn to shreds, every rib cracked, skull cracked open by repeated blunt force trauma. Who could have done this to him? Well, I mean, it's a World War I trench. Could have been a shell, right? But I guess this all happened inside the bunker. There is smoke coming off these. This is fresh. That's a loud frickin' flashlight. Here, I'm gonna change my controls a little bit.
Thought I was the last one. We're trapped down here. The rat fucking officers
ran and blew the exit behind them. You want to escape. You need to blow it back open. There's dynamite in the arsenal. And a handle to trigger it somewhere in the excavation site. Get them, and you can make it out. Shit. That thing, it's coming for me. Here, take this. Finish me off. Please. I want to die at the hands of a border soldier, not that monster.
I'm sorry. I want to see this. Ding ding ding, dinner time. Fine.
Better you do it. That thing.
Yoink!
There's ammo in the pantry.
Ah.
Do the job, please.
Scripted. He's gonna be completely dead when we get back. I know your tricks, game. Well, I called that one. So I'm assuming, judging from what I've read, that we were looking for a generator. And I think... And I think it's scared of light. So we need light to make rooms explorable. Where am I supposed to go? Before you get bored, you're supposed to shoot something. Supposed to shoot something, what? Shoot what? There's nothing to shoot. Just anything? Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm so stupid. Open, open, open! Ah. Batista. This game has Resident Evil style safe rooms. I like this. I didn't realize that paper was part of the integral structure of the bunker. Update to all medical and mortuary personnel. The rat problem has not gotten any better. They are swarming every dead body. They're even coming after the wounded. I think they would primarily go after the wounded, no? But the vermin have no interest in flesh after it is burnt. So a new policy must be instituted. The bodies of all deceased soldiers must be burned. I have spoken to Father Therese about this matter. He'll provide proper consecration for the deceased. Remains will be preserved for families. This is not ideal and it fills my soul with pain, but burning the dead seems to be the only way to stop the rats from coming, so burn them we must. Are they rat monsters? Oh, that was disappointing. I see. You need to find a code. Fill her up. Pocket watch. I guess that tells me how much time I have. I'll take the medkit. I see, we conserve power by turning lights off. Ah, that's interesting. Option select says for 220, has Mr. Girl Bridge collapsed after the last conversation? I don't know why anybody thinks... you're talking about me? I don't know why anybody thinks there ever was a Mr. Girl Bridge. I've been critical of his platforming from day one, before I ever spoke to him. Office quarters. Might be information there, and bullets. Joubert. Okay, that actually got me. That was good. Ow, it hurt my neck there. There's something bad behind me, isn't there? Someone just shoot my wheel? Okay. This building has not been maintained to military standards. Oh my god. Stop that. Stop it. Is there a war going on up there? Oh, there might be, actually. I hadn't even thought of that. This might legitimately be like... We might actually be being bombarded while this is going on. Okay. I don't think we looked at this here yet. For anyone who finds this, 48, our commanding officer, cowers next to me now. He's lost his mind to an abyss of fear. He repeats the same refrain over and over. Flee, flee, we must flee and seal the beast where it belongs. He wants to run, to blow up the exit behind him, sealing the demon down here, the demon and our men. Its constant refrain, it is getting to me, and that same void of terror, it is also overtaking me. To any of my men who see this, once we're free of this place, I will get the arsenal code from him, I will get it, and I will radio it back to you. Trapped down here with that beast, the arsenal may be your only hope. It's all I can do, all I have courage to do. Get to the communications room in the soldier quarters, hide there, I'll broadcast the code to you. Interesting. Oh, empty bot. Can we, like, craft laudanum in this? Strange scratching sounds a few moments ago, and now it sounds like someone is pacing in the hallway. Probably Reynard, drunk on the stash of wine I knew he hides from us. Best I confront him now, either get him into bed to sleep it off, or convince him to share a bottle or two with me. Day later, cold fear runs through all our veins now. Fournier has terrorized the men for answers. They say they were asleep until Reynard screams. I believe them. Reynard is the person who was torn in half. Fournier went so far as to accuse prisoner 73014 of escaping his cell and committing murder. Impossible. I worry about Fournier. His rage hides fear. He takes it out on the men, and I can see no way to stop it. It breeds contempt. My mind slips back to the moment Reynard started screaming. How easily it could have been me. How easily it still could be. For the first time I wish the order to attack would come. I would rather face 1,000 German guns than this nameless dread. I ordered a copy of The King in Yellow. It's kind of making me want to dig into that finally. Oh, yes. Back, demon! A boom. Can I drop stuff? I can't drop stuff. Well, that's annoying. Alright. Let's find the beast. I want to see it. Alright, come on, where are you? Hello, hello, hello! It's big. I feel like Amnesia is very Lovecraftian sometimes. It has explicit references to Lovecraft. Alexander's world is described in a note in Amnesia 1 as involving impossible geometry. That's a direct quote from the Call of Cthulhu, which is really good, by the way. Cthulhu is the least interesting part of that story. Alright. I'm going to call it here. Mostly because I have stuff I have to get done. This is just a short, fun stream. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. I want to save this because I'm going to go through the whole game on stream at some point when it comes out, and it's going to be really stressful when I do, which is good. I'm actually super impressed with this so far. This is not heavily scripted. The last two Amnesia games were heavily scripted, and that made them much weaker than the first one, which was, but it hit it better. This one looks challenging. I'm legitimately excited. I'm going to buy this one on the 6th as soon as it comes out. Lucy is live? Oh, okay. Looks like I know where I'm sending you. Let me figure out how to do this again. So I think I end... Nope, I need to go to... I wish I didn't have to do this every single time. It's actually really frustrating. So I'll quit the desktop here. Move you over here, make you bigger. Then I'll go to... Settings, redirect. All right, away with you all.